Are you running a business but feel like you're doing everything yourself? Here's how you can start using AI to save hours, cut busy work, and actually grow without hiring a team or learning to code. Keep watching because this could change how you work forever. Now, before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to use AI to save hours with smart automation. I recommend you start by automating the work that you absolutely hate doing. So if you're wasting hours replying to basic emails or sending the same invoice for the 100th time, then AI can handle that for you. One of my clients was basically stuck spending 3 hours a day on admin tasks. Now, with some smart automation using Zapier and Gmail AI, we got that down to just 25 minutes. That's 14 hours a week back to grow her business. Now, here's something that might shock you. You don't need to be ready to actually automate. That mindset is probably holding you back. Now, people think that automation is only for the big companies, but solopreneurs can benefit even more. Now, if you're overwhelmed right now, that's exactly why you need AI to carry some of the load. The real flex is not hustling harder, it's actually building smarter systems that can run when you're not around. Most small business owners wear burnout like a badge of honor, but let me give it to you straight, that's not very sustainable in the long run. Now, you can use tools like ManyChat or Tidio to answer F&Qs 24/7 and free yourself from being stuck to your phone all day. Now, I would suggest that you start small. You don't need to automate your whole business on day one. Now, you can start with something tiny like having AI respond to missed call texts or follow-up DMs. Now, one client automated this: "Hey, I missed your call, how can I help?" And he got 40% more sales chats from just being quicker to respond. Now, the myth is that AI replaces humans, but what that really does, it protects your energy. You can't scale if your brain is fried every day. Now, AI gives you mental white space so you can focus on the creative stuff that will really help to grow your business, like the content, the community, and the overall strategy. Now, here's something that nobody really talks about. Automation creates emotional relief. One client told me after automating her lead tracking, she finally slept through the night because she didn't have to keep everything in her head. That's not just productive, that's very powerful. So you don't need to understand how the tech really works. You just need to know what you want to do with it. You're not here to become an engineer. You're here to build a business that runs more smoothly. So you want to ask yourself this question: where am I wasting time or energy, and how could AI take that off my plate? Now, I've put together some free training resources which will help you build an online income source using AI. Go and click the link below in the description to learn more. Now, back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to use AI to create content that actually connects. Now, here's the simple truth: you don't need more content, you need more connection. I suggest that you stop chasing quantity and start using AI to create things that your audience actually feels. Now, one business owner that I helped was posting daily with 0 engagement, so we used ChatGPT to find emotional triggers in her niche, and her next post got 90 DMs. Now, most people are using AI to write faster, but I recommend that you use it to actually think deeper. You can use tools like Jasper or Claude, not just to write, but to generate good ideas that your audience hasn't heard before. You want your content to feel like, how did they get inside my head? That's the feeling that you want to evoke in your audience. That's what makes people trust you and eventually buy from you. Now, the myth is that AI will make your content sound more robotic, but only if you use it like a robot. The secret is to combine AI speed with your own real insights and stories. Like the time I used a failed launch story in a caption and got more replies than my last 3 months of polished posts combined. Now, here's the key: don't ask AI to write for you. Ask it to write with you. That's when it gets very powerful. Let the AI draft the rough version and then go in and add your own voice, your own unique insights, and your own edge, plus your vulnerability. That's how you create content that really cuts through the noise. Now, you can multiply your content with AI without creating any more work. One of my clients turned one podcast episode into 8 pieces of content using Descript and Repurpose.io. And the crazy part is that single episode brought in 2 new consulting leads just from the repurposed clips. Now, I suggest that you create emotion-first content with AI. So you want to feed it your struggles and your past pain points and your client wins, your aha moments, and then ask it to turn that into hooks for some headlines. That's how you build a solid brand, not just a feed. Now here's a controversial truth. Being authentic is easier with AI if you know what to feed it. So give it your pain points, your frustrations with the industry, and your hot takes, and it will help you say what others are too scared to actually say. That's how you can build trust faster with your audience. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI to make smarter and sharper decisions. Now most people make decisions based on vibes, but you can make them based on actual truth. AI tools like Pecan or Google Analytics AI help you to see what's really happening in your online business. Now one client that I worked with for Instagram was her top channel, but AI showed it was actually email. So we shifted focus and her revenue doubled in just 6 weeks. Now here's the unpopular truth. Your intuition is powerful, but it's not enough. I recommend you pair it with data. You can use AI to spot patterns that you miss when you're too close to the work. That combo plus insight is what makes your decisions dangerous in the best way. Now, you're not too small for data, you're too smart to actually ignore it. I had a solo founder using Monkey Learn to analyze customer reviews, and she discovered that speed was the most valued thing and not design, like she assumed. So she rewrote her entire sales page around that word, and conversions went up 36%. The thing holding you back might be a blind spot that you can't even see. So you can use AI tools like Hotjar's heat maps to watch how people actually use your website. Now one of my clients realized people were scrolling right past her CTA because it looked like an advert. So we changed the layout and sales went up instantly. Now the smartest founders ask questions like, where am I wrong? AI is great for that. Now I suggest you ask your tools to highlight what's not working instead of just celebrating the wins. That's how you grow, by finding the friction. Now let me tell you something bold. Your numbers don't really lie, but your brain might. When you're exhausted, everything feels urgent. AI helps you cut through emotion and make clear, calm decisions that move your business in the right direction. Now, if you want more clarity, I would suggest that you build one dashboard that shows your whole funnel. You can use Looker Studio or Dash This with AI insights. When you can see the journey clearly, you can fix the leaks and scale what is really working. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use AI to improve sales without feeling sleazy. Let me tell you something that might feel controversial. Sales should feel like service and not pressure. I've helped clients use AI tools like Instantly to write outreach emails that feel like real conversations and not cold pitches. One even got a reply that said, I never replied to these, but yours felt very different. You don't need a fancy funnel, you need AI that knows what your buyer cares about. So you can use tools like Smart Writer or Crystal to tailor your message to how someone actually thinks. It feels more personal because it really is. That's how you cut through the noise. Now, I would suggest that you let AI qualify leads before they even talk to you. You can use chat tools that ask a few smart questions to see if someone's ready to buy. That way you stop wasting time on just curious leads and focus on the ones that are ready to move forward and take action. Now, if you're selling physical or digital products, I recommend AI-driven personalization on your website. You can use tools like Recombi to show each visitor what they need. My clients saw a 28% bump in sales after adding You might also like suggestions by powered AI. Now here's the simple truth. Most people don't hate sales, they actually hate feeling fake. AI helps you listen better and not talk more. So you can analyze your past calls with tools like Gong to see what words actually land with your clients. That's how you sell with more honesty. Now, a smart way for you to increase your conversions is using AI voice tools for the follow-up. One client used 11 Labs to send personal sounding voice notes to new subscribers, and the open rate was 3 times higher than her emails. Now, the future of sales is not more, it's better. AI lets you refine every part of your process, your timing, your actual tone, and your offer without working 10 times harder. You don't need to shout louder, you just need to speak to the right person with the right message, and AI helps you do exactly that. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use AI to build a customer experience that feels more personal. Let me tell you something that most people get wrong. People don't buy because you're the cheapest or the flashiest. They buy because they feel seen. Now, one client that I worked with had a tiny email list, but an insanely loyal audience. Now, we used AI to personalize every part of her customer journey, from the welcome emails to the product recommendations. That personal touch made her conversion rate triple. Now, if your audience ever ghosts you after they subscribe or they buy, it's usually a relationship issue and not a funnel issue. You can use AI tools like Customer.io or ConvertKit with AI tagging to track behavior and send the right message at the right time. One of my clients had a 47% email open rate just by making her follow-ups more human and less salesy. You don't need to guess what your customers want, AI can literally tell you. Tools like Surfer SEO and ChatGPT can analyze what your audience is actually searching for. So then you can create content that offers and solves the problems that they already have. That means less convincing and more conversions. Now, if you're getting ghosted on sales calls or in the DMs, AI can help you reverse engineer the why. I recommend that you use Otter.ai or Fireflies to transcribe your calls and ask ChatGPT to analyze the patterns in what's making people hesitate to take action. Now, one client discovered her leads were confused about the pricing and not the actual offer. One new sentence on her checkout page increased the sales by 22%. Now, let me give you a simple trick that no one really talks about. You can use AI to map out the emotional moments in your customer journey. When are they excited, confused, scared, or even bored? Now, I helped one service provider pinpoint where her clients always dropped off, and it was right after the contract was signed. So we added a quick onboarding video using Synthesia, and suddenly her refund rate went to 0. Now, people assume personalization takes more time, but AI makes it much faster and a lot easier. Now, with tools like ManyChat or Tidio AI, you can set up flows that feel like one-on-one chats and not automated replies. Now, one e-commerce brand that I helped used this to boost repeat purchases by 35% with 0 new staff. The key thing to remember is this: people want to feel like you actually give a damn. AI gives you the power to treat every lead or every customer like a VIP, even if it's just you behind the laptop. And when people feel understood, they buy, they refer, and they will stick around. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to use AI to validate your offer before you waste time building it. Let me be real with you. Most people launch offers that they hope will sell, not ones that they know will sell. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people pour weeks or even months into building a course, service, or a product only to launch and get nothing. AI changes the game here. You don't need to guess anymore. You can test your idea before you actually build it. A smart way for you to do this is to use AI to run market simulations. Tools like ChatGPT and Claude can help you to generate fake customer avatars, objections, and buying scenarios, so you can role play before actually launching. Now, I helped a coach do this to refine her high ticket offer, and it turns out her positioning was actually way off. After just 2 days of AI-driven research and a few tweaks, she got her first 3 clients before building the program. If your offer isn't landing, you might not have a product problem, you probably have a messaging problem. Now, I recommend that you run your sales page copy through ChatGPT with some prompts like, why might this not resonate with my audience? Or something like, rewrite this in a way that speaks to a busy solopreneur who's overwhelmed. The insights are insane. Now, one client removed jargon and made the offer sound 10 times more clearer. And the next email she sent brought in around $1,700 in just 2 days. Now, don't build a full website or a funnel just to test an idea. You want to use AI to write a simple one-page pre-sale or a lead magnet. Tools like Copy.ai or Jasper can help you whip up a clean landing page in under an hour. I had one freelancer test 5 different service angles this way using just a headline, 3 bullets, and a CTA. The one that got 74% of the opt-ins, that's the one that she actually scaled. Now, if you want real proof that people are interested, ask AI to help you run a low-cost ad test. You can use Facebook or Instagram ads with a $5 to $10 a day budget, and then simply ask ChatGPT to write 3 ad variations targeting your ideal customer avatar. Now, one online store owner I worked with did this and discovered her lowest effort product got the most clicks. She then flipped her whole launch plan and ended up selling out her first drop. To help you get even more accurate feedback, use AI to analyze competitor reviews. I suggest you copy and paste Amazon or Trustpilot reviews from similar products into ChatGPT, and then just ask ChatGPT what are the biggest complaints or pain points showing up here. Then you can use those insights to shape your offer so that you can solve the problems that others don't. This helped a digital product seller that I coached create a planner that addressed the exact gaps that buyers were very frustrated with results, and she made her first $1,000 month in less than 3 weeks. Now, the key thing that most people miss is that validation isn't about getting lucky, it's about getting more smart. You can use AI to remove the guesswork, strip out the fluff, and make sure people are actually willing to pay for what you are offering. And that clarity, it saves you so much time, energy, and heartbreak down the line. Let me now give you tip number 7, which is to use AI to turn one piece of content into 10 plus strategic touch points. Let me guess, you're creating a new post, email, or a video from scratch every single time. That's what most people really do, and it's why they feel like content creation is a full-time job. Now, I want you to flip that mindset. You don't need more content, you need to squeeze more juice out of what you already have. AI makes this ridiculously simple. Now, I would suggest that you start with your strongest piece of content like a YouTube video or a blog and feed it into a tool like Gemini or ChatGPT, and use a prompt like turn this into 3 LinkedIn posts, 2 Instagram reel scripts, 1 newsletter, and a carousel for IG. Now, one of my clients did this with just 1 podcast episode, and it turned into 2 weeks worth of content across 4 different platforms with no burnout, just a simple strategy. Now, if your content isn't bringing in any leads, it's probably not showing up in the right format for your audience. Now, AI helps you test multiple formats such as carousels, short form videos, polls, DMs, stories, even without reinventing your message. Now, for example, I helped a business owner rework her long blog into an Instagram carousel and a TikTok voiceover script. Same message, new life. And she doubled her engagement that same week. Now, a lot of people think repurposing makes your content feel recycled or lazy, but the truth is repetition is what builds more trust. I recommend that you actually repeat your best performing hooks and angles every few weeks. You can use AI to track what themes are performing best and then repackage them with a new visual or a different call to action. This is how one email copywriter I know books out every single month. She just rotates her top 5 pieces like clockwork. Now, to help you speed this up even more, you can use tools like Content Fries, Repurpose.io, or Descript. These platforms let you auto-clip short videos into clips, highlight quotes, and push content to multiple platforms. Now, one coach that I worked with used Descript to create 12 short-form clips from one 20-minute training video, each with subtitles, hooks, and different vibes. That one session got her over 10,000 new views in just a week. Now, the thing that you want to avoid is making content for content's sake. AI helps you create content with intent. You can use tools. You can ask tools like ChatGPT to audit your content and answer this sort of question. What are the emotional triggers, objections, and desires that this content addresses? Then use those insights to fine-tune your copy and your headlines. That one step took one freelancer's Instagram from ghost town to full-on DMs full of leads in just 10 days. Now, what most content creators won't tell you is that volume isn't what really drives results. It's consistency and clarity and relevance. Using AI to repurpose means you show up more often with less stress and more relevance. And when people see you everywhere with a message that speaks directly to their pain points and their problems, they start trusting you, and that's when the sales start to roll in. Well, that's it for this one, 7 practical tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating multiple online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have an amazing day.